As much as we love them, dogs can be pretty dumb and pretty annoying sometimes. And when they don't have us to stop or protect them, they're forced to face the ugly consequences of their actions, which is exactly what we're about to see today. While trying to have some fun, this dog poked the wrong pig and got more than it bargained for. The pig went crazy, launching a full-on attack on the poor dog. The dog was doing its best to keep up, but it simply couldn't. Finally, the incident ended with the dog tumbling right into the river after the pig gave it a shove. Why can't other animals see how fun dogs are like we do? While walking around a truck yard not realizing that a bunch of guard dogs were on duty, this man was taken by complete surprise when one dog lunged at him, but he kept his cool. He grabbed the dog and sat right on top of it, preventing it from causing him any harm. Just like that, he had the situation under control, and the dog was pinned down until the owner showed up to defuse things. Pretty smooth way to handle a surprise dog attack. No words can describe how foolish this overconfident Pitbull was. It thought it could take on a Kangal all by itself, and learned a very harsh lesson as a result. It was the one to start the fight, but it got outclassed very quickly. Things got so intense that a bystander had to step in and pull the Kangal off of the Pitbull, which was screaming and begging for a break by that point. Isn't it nice when these dogs get humbled and face the consequences of their actions? This Komodo dragon was just chillin' when two dogs started barking up its tree, trying to intimidate it. The terrifying lizard wasn't just gonna sit there and take it though, but it also didn't take the dogs seriously enough to start a full-fledged fight. A simple flick of its tail was enough to slap one of the dogs and make the other one think twice. The dogs quickly got the hint that this was no ordinary creature, and even though the clip ended abruptly, it was clear that they weren't gonna try anything foolish against the grumpy lizard. Monitor lizards are just as deadly and hostile as Komodo dragons are, something that these dogs didn't quite understand. Just because the lizard was a bit small in size, it didn't mean that it couldn't fight or that it was an easy prey, which is what the dogs were probably assuming when they decided to take it on. The lizard snapped back hard though, in a way that they didn't expect at all. It bit the dogs and completely dominated the fight. And while the dogs tried to gang up on it, it single-handedly showed them who was boss. It was a rough day for the dogs, but just another day for the deadly lizard. You would think that 6 dogs would be able to handle a single snake, but you'd be mistaken. 6 dogs tried to tackle a big snake in the swamp here, but it turned out to be too much for them. It bit one of the dogs during the fight, and the poor thing did not make it long after that. They tried to finish the cold-blooded predator in every way that they could think of, but despite their best efforts, the snake just slithered away into the water unscathed. What a badass and deadly tube. Caught in the coils of a massive anaconda, this poor dog didn't seem like it was going to live very long. The giant predator showed it no mercy, crushing the poor canine. The dog screamed at the top of its lungs, but there was nothing that it could do to break free of the snake's deadly grip. The cold-blooded killer had secured a meal and was determined to devour it. The battle lasted for some time between the two, with the snake's iron grip slowly overwhelming the dog's desperate fight for survival. Charging straight at a towering bison, the only possible explanation for this dog's behavior is that it was on something. It attempted to take on the enormous beast single-handedly, something that only insanity would explain. As soon as the dog reached its target, the bison retaliated swiftly. With a powerful thrust of its head, it sent the dog flying through the air. Upon landing, the terrified dog immediately got up and ran away, having learned a valuable lesson without paying the ultimate price. Which was what I expected was going to happen as soon as I looked at this. As this kangaroo was just vibing in a pond, a loudmouthed dog showed up. It was like, "Yo, what's this weird creature doing in my turf?" and started yapping its head off. Unfortunately for the dog, the Roo wasn't the peaceful type. It straight up bitch slapped the dog and tried to drown it underwater. Take a look, it was wild. Another dog was just watching from the sidelines, barking its support or whatever. Eventually, the first dog realized that it wasn't the badass that it thought it was, and it hightailed it out of there. This Pitbull got all riled up when it spotted a cat in the hood, and it went full Terminator mode. It chased the cat and forced it to climb a tree to hide, but that wasn't it. It somehow got to the cat by shaking the tree so hard that the cat ended up falling down, and things got real ugly real fast. They were going at it like two MMA fighters in a cage match, but our kitty turned out to be the superior fighter and started whooping the pit's ass. It brutally scratched the dog's face before making a run for it, and the dog, probably more shocked than hurt, went right after it. Get this, a bunch of dogs thought that they could take on a frickin' polar bear here. Like, what were they smoking? They circled the big guy, barking at him nonstop. The bear didn't do much at first, probably trying to give them a chance to just reconsider. But then it got fed up with their barking. It grabbed one of them and lifted it up like it was nothing before slamming it down to the ground, which shut them up real quick. Stick to chasing cats, guys. This ain't for you. A mother polar bear was out with her cubs trying to have a nice family day here. But these three dogs showed up and started harassing them. The mom was all torn up, not wanting to fight because she's worried about her little ones. But these mutts just wouldn't back off. So even though it didn't want to fight, the furious mom started laying the smackdown on the annoying canines. She was handling business all by herself, and those dogs had no idea what hit them. Here's one dog that must have been feeling real brave. Or real stupid. It strolled up to a whole herd of buffaloes without any fear. It's unclear what it was thinking. Maybe it wanted to make some new friends? Anyway, one of the buffaloes spotted it and was not happy about its presence. It charged at the dog right away, and the dog took one look at that and was like, "Nope, I'm out." It turned tail and ran as fast as it could. Talk about a close call. A typically very friendly dog found itself in an amusing predicament when it attempted to play with an unimpressed cow here. It was jumping around energetically, but the cow didn't seem to share its enthusiasm. When the dog got closer, the cow immediately attacked, headbutting the poor thing to let it know that it wasn't in the mood to play. Fortunately, the encounter resulted in no serious harm, likely leaving the dog with nothing more than a bruised ego and a mild ache. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.